and welcome back to another random map game with me, Zach. Today we have a Hun war, but never fear, this is a good one. And something in this game is a little different to what normally happens in Hun wars. Don't want to give too many spoilers away, but you'll have to watch and wait and see. So over to the north of the map in blue, we do have Ice Feng. That is, I believe, IamOK, a Chinese player. You can probably tell from his name that he is Chinese. Feng is a reasonably Chinese sounding name, I'd say. He's playing in blue up to north of the map as Huns. And down to the south in green, I almost said orange for a second, we have Slam, who is, I believe, Canadian. And I think I've shown you a few games from Slam. Him and Hassan often team up in 2v2s, and Viper and Jordan play them quite a lot. So Slam, I know for sure, is a very practiced player. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this 1v1 goes. The map Saltmarsh, something a little bit different to norm as well, as we don't see Saltmarsh very often, to be honest with you. And it's one of those maps that isn't played or chosen very often in the competitive scene, mainly due to the unbalance and the unfairness that there often can be. Obviously with Saltmarsh you have a lot of marshes around, and that does mean that you can find it very hard to wall your base. Sometimes the marshes can all be like sort of clumped up on one side of the map and the other side can be relatively clear, in which case it does make it very hard for players to wall, and it can be really unfair. So it's not a very common tournament map, but as this is not a tournament game, we get to see a game played on Saltmarsh, which is always interesting. They certainly lead to more interesting games because of how the map is so open and very hard to wall. Also playing as Huns, meaning that for quite a mobile civilization, does mean that there's a lot of raiding going on, a lot of fast cavalry units going around, and it should make for an interesting game, that is for sure. I'm going to speed things up a little bit until we get into sort of late feudal or mid feudal age, because I can't record for too long at once, as the internet at the moment is terrible and it takes forever to upload, so I've got to keep the game lengths down a little bit. So I'm going to speed things up just a little for the time being as things get underway. One thing to note, this map does have a lot of fish, and all over the map actually, because there are various rivers and lakes around. Slam, as you can see, docking over to the left here, quite far from his base actually. If we have a look real quick at Fog of War for Slam, for some reason, there we go. You can see he's docked over on the left on this side, quite far from his base, which is actually reasonably good, because I don't think Feng is going to assume that he's docked over here, and that does mean that he's unlikely to suddenly spring out with some galleys on the water. So he's unlikely to find that dock over there. It's in a really sort of obscure place to where his base is. Feng probably going to assume he's docked on this lake or on this lake here. Feng himself has docked at the back, and as you can see, he is currently just taking the shore fish. There's not many big fish in this little river here. There are some over to this side, but not a great deal. He currently has 5 fishing ships out, Slam with 4, but Slam has got a lot of big fish over here, which is going to be really nice for him actually. This is a really, really good dock position. There are so many big fish clumped up in this area, and it looks like Slam's going to have no problem at all taking them. Feng then coming forward with 4 villagers, doing a forwards here with a barracks, and he is just about to hit feudal age, so we'll see what he goes for, likely to be archery ranges. Slam on the other hand, again doing a forward, but only with 1 villager, 4 HP left on him. Could have been attacked by a wolf, or in this case a jaguar, but building some archery ranges behind Feng's base, and that is pretty cool actually. Really nice forward from him. I don't think Feng has seen it, because he's not reacted in any way yet, and that is really cool. We could see some nice aggression from Slam, and I don't think Feng is going to assume that he's forwarding, or I wouldn't even say forwarding, I'd say behinding, because it's kind of like behind his base even, and I don't think he's going to suspect this in the slightest. Making a couple of archers now. Slam also has a few seconds advantage going into the feudal age. We see Feng doing exactly the same, 2 archery ranges on the front, going up at pretty much the same time, as he does have 4 villagers down here, and making archers again. So this could be pretty interesting. Slam though, I think, is well aware that he's going to be pretty undefended at his base, and he is sticking up a watchtower right here. Feng gonna see that, of course, building an outpost just on the outside of this forest here to get some visibility, but the watchtower will go up and Slam should be able to defend his wood here for the time being. He's taking quite a bit of, well, a little bit of stone with 2 villagers at the back, getting another watchtower up on this wood over here, so he's being really cautious actually. He can't really wall up very well because of the marshes, but he's doing the best he can to get his defences in place. And that's really important because it does mean that he's going to be able to defend at home a little better from Feng's attack. Obviously he knows he's not going to have any army at home because his archery ranges are at the back of Feng's base. So he's going to bring in his archers right now. Let's see if he can actually do much with that. Managing to pick 1 villager right there. Moving over to his gold. I don't think he knows the gold is actually here. Oh, he does. He must assume that Feng has gold collectors here because you can clearly see that that is his main gold. So Slam's probably going to be in a good, well, would be a good idea for Slam to come down here, try and pick some villagers from this gold if he can. And Feng having to build an archery range back home as well, and even send some skirmishers back, which does mean that Slam is going to buy himself a little bit of time as well, sort of being defensive by being aggressive in a sense. Getting his archers in there, could get another villager pick fairly easy on this villager right here. That is 2 for absolutely free, and getting in the back as well. These villagers could die pretty quickly if Slam just moves his archers back, a little bit of nice micro, and traps them in. Even if he loses these archers now, it's certainly worth it. He's managed to pick 4 villagers so far, potentially 5 by the time he's finished here, and oh, come on, you can do it, 1 more, there we go, 5 villagers down, and Slam with a nice little early advantage, as you can see in the scores there, gaining 150 points advantage already. Tower going up as well to cover this wood, and Feng's going to be pretty annoyed at that. He's very, very pressured, as you can see, moving his villagers down, likely to build a lumber camp, well, as you can see by the direction they're moving in, likely to build a lumber camp down here and actually move his villagers away, which is a waste of a lot of wood actually, because all of that wood that he, well, the 200 wood he built on those, spent on those lumber camps, wasted to have to build another one. So nice play by Slam there, and Feng trying to do the same in Slam's base. Looks like he might have picked, nope, no villager picks from him at the moment, but he has got a watchtower up covering this wood, so forcing Slam to build another lumber camp, or transition villagers over to another lumber camp. Not too much of a problem, and lots of towers around, so Slam pretty defended for the time being. Feng unable to really do that much damage with his archers at the moment as well, so that's looking pretty good for him. Feng back at his base, trying to get some archers and skirmishers out to defend against Slam's archers that he's sending in right there. Both of them do have fletching completed, so they both have +1 attack and range. Nice little bit of micro there from Slam as well, trying to lure the spears from the skirmishers away with this archer, so he could get some free hits with the rest. And just those little bits of micro can really change battles around. I'm sure you've seen plenty of games I've casted from the Viper where he's just been absolutely godlike with his micro, and it's just caused him to, you know, manage to take a lot of a big advantage even. Talking absolute gibberish now. One thing I would say though is Feng is continuing to, well, has another dock even, so he has quite a few fishing ships out, and that's a lot of food income for him, which is going to be a little bonus. It does mean he can have more villagers gathering gold and wood, which does mean inevitably he can make more archers. So that is a little bonus for him, as he does have a little bit of extra food income. Archers into the back of Slam's base though, and Slam here deciding to attack with his villagers. I don't think that's such a good idea at all. Feng just retreating away, nice micro from him, attack and run, hit and run, hit and run, and managing to take 1, 2, 3 villagers out so far, 4 now, and he's still got a few villagers left. That's 5. He could actually end up taking a lot of these villagers here, and that is a big problem for Slam. I think a big mistake from him to attack with his villagers there. That's the 6th villager. Oh, so close. I was going to say 6 villagers died, but just survived with 1 HP. Feng losing his army, but he did manage to draw level in the amount of villagers killed, I'd say, overall, managing to take a few out from Slam there. I think Slam, a little bit of a mistake. He shouldn't have really attacked with his villagers. Perhaps he should have just sort of moved them towards his TC or moved them somewhere else and made a couple of skirmishes to head those archers off. But he paid the price, I suppose, losing a couple of villagers there. Not too much of a problem though, because I mean he's already taken the villagers from Feng earlier on at his wood camp. Feng getting a little bit defensive as well with the watchtowers, and this game certainly looking very messy so far. Slam clicked up to the castle age right now. Feng looks like he's about to go up very soon. He almost has 800 food, and I'm going to speed things up right now, whilst neither player's really doing all that much. Feng just clicking up to castle right now as well. Slam also up to castle, and he is throwing down a town centre straight away. He has got a few seconds advantage on Feng at getting up to the castle age. So he should be okay for now to actually get up a town centre, or maybe even two. He does, I believe, yeah, he does have the stone for it. He doesn't have the wood at the moment though. Feng coming in right now though, seeing if he can actually do anything here, and he certainly has an advantage. He's got a lot more army than Slam, and if he can actually get in here and do some damage to villagers and such, he could be in a reasonably good situation. You want to take out these units before they get upgraded, but as you can see, Slam already has Bodkin Arrow and +1 defense. Feng does have the +1 defense right now, but Slam does have the advantage of Bodkin Arrow here, managing to take out quite a few units from Feng already. And Feng again going to go down into this corner. He could get a couple more villagers if he turns around and attacks them now. Not only 2 archers in there though, so going to make it a little bit harder to kill the villagers off. Obviously skirmishers not hitting nearly as hard as the archers do, and it looks like Feng could actually get cleared up pretty quickly here. The skirmishers from Slam doing pretty good work, villagers coming in as well for good measure, and it looks like Feng's going to get cleared up. Slam on the other hand getting his third town centre up. His second one is already up as Feng just upgrades to the castle age right now. Slam with crossbow researched as well. Gonna harass this gold a little bit for the time being, and he should, yeah, 1 pick already, making his villagers retreat into the tower, making them not work, and that is exactly what he wants with that harassment right there. So that's pretty good for him. As I said, his 3rd TC on the way up, but so far I don't see any TCs from Feng. There's one on the front right there. Going to be quite slow to go up though. Only 2 villagers building that, and it's going to be some time before he actually manages to get that up and get villagers producing out of it. So Slam should have quite a good economic advantage at this stage. His score certainly tells another story as well, that he does have a reasonably good advantage here. One thing I would say though, he still only has 4 ships on the water. Feng has a lot more. I'd say that's 7 on that lake, 8 with another dock down here as well, plus another 5. So he does have a lot of ships, and that means he's going to have a lot of food income, a lot more than Slam at this stage. But as long as Slam can sustain villager production, he's going to stay ahead in his economy for the time being. Population 59 to 61. I would put that down to mostly the fishing ships. It doesn't look like Feng has a much larger army at all. Slam making some cavalry archers right now. Of course, he still has these archery ranges back here, so that makes a really good sort of position for him to actually push from and harass from. Bringing in cavalry archers now, could pick off some villagers with those, not a problem at all for him. And Feng doing the same, cavalry archers coming in. It's not really a surprise, cavalry archers probably the most used unit in Hun Wars, so no surprise there at all about the cavalry archers. And Slam's 3rd TC is up. All good for him. TC for Feng up as well, the 2nd one. I see no sign of a 3rd just yet. Slam still in here with his cavalry archers as well, but not really doing so much damage, just attacking this stable. Not really going to get himself anywhere with that. Going to want to try and go for some villager picks if he can. What was this down here? A 4th TC for Slam as well, and Feng over on the left side with more cavalry archers. And they're going to be pushed away by the skirms from Slam here as well. And Slam with 4 TCs and 1 on stone, with a lot of villagers on stone as well. That's kind of an unusual strategy. Usually you see, you know, if players go up to the castle age pretty quickly, like Slam did in comparison to Feng, he'd start flooding the cavalry archers and start just harassing like crazy. At the moment, I think he only has 6 cavalry archers, 7 cavalry archers on the field, which isn't a great amount really. Feng, on the other hand, has 11, so he's certainly gaining a lead with that, continuing to make more from his archery ranges as well. Going for a pretty typical Hun's strategy strategy here. Let me see, I'm trying to look for a third TC from him, but I don't see that. Getting a university right now, so we'll probably see ballistics from him pretty quickly. And bringing in more cavalry archers now. Looks like he's going to clean Slam's army up here. And once this army is gone, Slam pretty much has nothing in the way of army left at all. Those two cavalry archers finally dying. And where is the rest of Slam's army? Well, I actually don't see it. And let's actually have a look at his production here. 5 ranged units and 2 cavalry archers. That is... Where's your army? Where is your army, Slam? I don't know. At this stage, Feng could really do good to harass and get in there, but it's going to be pretty hard for him actually. Slam, with 4 TCs up already, most of his villagers are very protected in the back corner of this map, and Slam going to look to play very defensively here. Feng with quite a good forward. A siege workshop coming up as well, and that's a good choice. Looking to get very aggressive now, and I think he's reading that fairly well. Gonna continue to make cavalry archers, and I think, you know, considering he's got a lot more army at the moment, his score obviously shows he's very, well, quite a lot further behind with his economy at this stage. Still only with the 2 TCs, quite a lot of fishing ships, but they're starting to take the shore fish now, which is certainly not as good as the big fish. Needs to keep an eye on that to make sure they are being very efficient. Battering ram coming out from the siege workshop at the front, and Slam going up with a castle in defense as well. It's going to be so hard here for Feng to actually get in with his cavalry archers and harass. Slam giving up the map control to Feng here. Feng going to be able to continue to push from this forward, but building castle in defense, continuing to add villagers to stone. We could see another castle from him at this rate. 250 stone at the moment already in the bank, and upgrading to elite skirmisher as well, which again indicates even more that he's going to be playing this fairly defensively. So this castle going to go up, and we'll see if he goes for another, continuing to get a lot of villagers on stone right now, so it looks like it's going to be that way. Feng continuing to make a lot of army though, quite a few cavalry archers on the front right here, battering rams coming in as well, and a mangonel. So he is looking to get very aggressive. The question is, can Slam defend against this? Because he really has no army to do so with, and that is a little bit worrying. The cavalry archers getting inside of his base now, preventing his villagers from working, which is probably one of the biggest problems that he's going to face. Alright, he's not going to be able to do that much damage with the cavalry archers if the villagers are inside the TCs and stuff, but he can certainly stop him from working, and not having any resources in the bank is a huge problem. Losing some villagers right there as well. Feng's certainly closing the gap. Just look at the scores there, managing to close the gap very, very quickly indeed. But losing cavalry archers to the towers, he's got to be very careful. There's so many towers, so many TCs around that he could lose cavalry archers very quickly, like he is doing. Second castle for Slam going up now as well, and Slam starting to make some Tarkans. And this is what I was talking about, something a little bit different, something that you don't usually see in Hun Wars, and that is their unique unit, the Tarkan. Something that just never seems to come into play pretty much ever. So we'll keep an eye on this attack from Feng here. He can get a lot of damage done with these battering rams. I mean, Slam really has nothing to stop him at the moment apart from the 4 Tarkans in this castle. And if Feng continues to make rams, he could even take down these castles pretty quickly. It's going to be, well, it's going to take some time. Of course, 2 castles protecting this TC, and if he comes in to take this castle, he's still going to have the TC and the tower fire as well. And he's actually retreating back. I don't know if that's a good choice to make or not. More Tarkans coming out for Slam as well. If we have a look at his eco here, as you can see, he has mainly set up a food eco and a gold eco. He's not taking that much wood. He's taking a fair amount, but not stupid amounts. Mainly just sticking it all into food and wood, and starting to make Tarkans. Continuing to save them up inside of his castle. We'll see if he actually, or when he decides to release those. But Feng now, a lot of wood, sorry, not a lot of, well, he has got a lot of wood, but a lot of food and a lot of gold. He's going to be up to the Imperial Age, just clicking up right now. And I put that down to, a lot down to the fact he has a lot of fishing ships up, and he is able to get all of that food very, very easily, very nicely indeed. Third TC up as well on the left, kind of distracted from that for the time being, taking gold over here. And Slam here has given Feng a lot of map control. As you can see, Feng managing to take the golds on the map, continuing to build on his forward here with more barracks, more archery ranges, and I think Feng must know about the Tarkans here, otherwise he wouldn't be adding these barracks in. He obviously suspects something is up. He's seen the castles, he's probably seen a couple of Tarkans as well. So he's adding in those barracks, and he's likely, I think, to upgrade. Let's have a look. Yeah, scale mail armor being upgraded, so he's going to go for some pikemen, probably upgrade them even to halberdier once he reaches the Imperial Age. But yeah, as you can see, spearmen coming out right now from his barracks, and scale mail armor being researched, so he is going to go for the pikemen there. But Slam is such a precarious situation to be in. Feng's going to be up to the Imperial Age pretty soon. Alright, he doesn't have a castle, but he can upgrade his rams pretty quickly to capture ram and then siege ram. He's going to be prepared for the Tarkans, sort of, with the barracks coming up now and the spearmen slash pikemen upgrades, which are going to, well, pikeman upgrade, which is going to be coming in fairly soon. And, oh, there we go, Slam releasing his Tarkans right now, continuing to make more, I think, back at his base, but going to take out these rams very quickly indeed. And it doesn't look like Feng actually has any spearmen or anything to actually defend against this. His elite skirmish is going to be absolutely useless against the Tarkans. Tarkans now with 4 pierce armor. They do have a very good pierce armor and an attack bonus against buildings. So he's going to be able to raid with these very nicely. Going to get in there, I think, while he can, and take this advantage, or take this opportunity to get in there, take out as many units as he can from Feng. Perhaps he thinks Feng's upgrading to the Imperial Age. Well, if he did think that, he would be right. He himself quite a way away, but continuing to add in those Tarkans now, and building a castle on the front as well. Looks like he wants to clear out this forwards from Feng pretty quickly, as Feng just hits the Imperial Age right now. And he could even take out this TC, absolutely cutting through this army from Feng, taking out a load of villagers, taking out his skirmishers and everything else. But Feng now with the pikeman upgrade, releasing them from the barracks, and it looks like Slam's going to have to retreat away from that position. He can't afford to fight the spearmen, as they, well, the pikemen even, as they will cut through his Tarkans very, very quickly indeed. And he's going to have to run away from there without a second hesitation. But Slam managing to take out a reasonable chunk of Feng's army, and of course he does know now that Feng is making pikemen, which you know, fairly easy to counter. The fact he's got Tarkans is a great thing in itself. This map being so open does mean that he can raid very easily, and if the pikemen try and attack him, he can just run away because they will be able to escape in time. As you can see then, starting to take out these buildings right now. Halberdier upgrade has been done for Feng, but Slam looks like he wants to take out this forward pretty quickly. A lot of Tarkans out on the field already. Again, being careful not to fight the Halberdiers head on. That would be a very silly thing to do indeed. And continuing to make Tarkans and Tarkans and Tarkans. There's so many of them. I'm actually wondering how many more he's going to make. This is such an unusual strategy to see. You just don't see players making Tarkans like that. Feng though, adding in a castle on the front here to keep his forward alive, and looks like once that castle goes up he will go for a trebuchet or something. He has got the gold and the wood for it. Yes, he's going to add trebuchets in and go try and take out Slam's castles. Slam though does have a lot of Tarkans out already. If we have a look at his military here, he's got 32 Tarkans out on the map. But let's have a look at Feng's military. He has 19 infantry, so 19 halberdier and 11 cavalry archers. So Slam's army, pretty impressive at the moment. Gonna go with a raid right now as well. These things can take out villagers very quickly with 9 attack, and they can take out town centres very quickly as well. Gonna get them in the back of Feng's base, raid like crazy, take as many villagers out as he can, try and harass his economy as much as he possibly can as well. And Feng bringing his halberdier back. You see how slow they are. Slam gonna keep an eye on his army. He'll see the halberdier and he'll move his army away. There's absolutely nothing those halberdier can do to catch up with them. They're already gone by the time they've reached there, and Slam can just go harass somewhere else, which is exactly what he's going to do. More Tarkans coming out. He's also clicked up to the Imperial Age. Trebs out for Feng though, and the castle from Slam here go under a lot of heavy fire. He could actually save it if he actually gets his villagers to repair. Not sure if he's going to continue to do that or not though. Again, Tarkans coming in, going to get a lot of villagers here, going to be able to kill so much. They're reasonably, well, they're okay against cavalry archers. They do have high pierce armor, so the cavalry archers don't do quite as much damage. But I think once he reaches the Imperial Age, with the amount of Tarkans he's got, he's going to want to upgrade them to elite Tarkans at the very least. and upgrade their blacksmith upgrades. There we go, plate barding armor, so extra defense for him on there. Another castle coming up on the left as well, and Slam pushing out so quickly, just gonna mine like crazy over here. So many mines going down. He really does need those resources. Very low on gold and very low on stone right now, using the market to sell resources so he can keep his economy balanced exactly how he needs it to be. I think Feng here making a big mistake of continuing to go with cavalry archers though. They're not really going to be able to do that much against such big defences from Slam. With the castles and the town centres in here, he's not going to be able to do all that much, to be honest with you. But Slam over here on the left hand side, elite Tarkan's already done, 5 pierce armor, and look how quickly he's going to take that town centre down. That TC just dropping in health, and it is going to be destroyed in just a moment. All of those villagers going down so quickly, and Feng in a really bad situation here. I mean, he's still pushing forwards on the front. He's got 3 trebs right there, and he's got a reasonably good sized army, but there's so little he can do to actually stop Slam's raids. Slam just going to come in with a few Tarkans, hit and run all the TCs, and absolutely clear up. Look at the score difference already. I mean, they were fairly neck and neck just a few moments ago, and now Slam just suddenly getting so far ahead. Gonna move in with his skirms by the looks of things as well. They should be able to take out the cavalry archers pretty quickly, and Slam's defense here, so many villagers defend repairing that castle. That's like half his economy just repairing that castle there. That was pretty funny. But these Tarkans doing so much damage in Feng's base. Feng pretty much eradicated from this side of the map. This TC down, all the villagers taken out, and if we have a look at Feng's population, Slam's on 196 right now. Feng dropped down to 89 in such a short space of time, and it is fair to say at this stage of the game that Slam has this in the bag. Feng's economy is pretty much non-existent. He's not really got that much resources left to spend in rebuilding it, and Slam just accelerating away right now. He's really relying on this push to actually win him the game, but at the moment it's certainly not looking like it will. Feng saying GG, and Slam taking that one pretty decisively. And yeah, that was really close. Slam having to play so defensively for that strategy to pay off, but once he'd got those Tarkans out, and once he'd upgraded them to elite Tarkans, absolutely wrecking Feng's base. I mean, his entire economy just disappeared in like the blink of an eye. Absolutely wrecked him. And obviously with this being Salt Marsh, he would have never really been able to wall that off and defend against it. So really nice strats from Slam there, something we don't usually see from a Hun war as well. So I thought I'd share that game with you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a little like in the section below the video. From now on as well, I will be linking the recorded games in the description of the video as well, so if you want to check it out for yourself, in case I missed anything, then you can do. So thanks for watching guys. As usual, I've been Zach, and I'll see you next time.